Good morning. It's Friday, the last day of the week. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? Excuse me. How are you this morning? How are you feeling? Everything going okay? All right. Hope you had a great week. Had a fantastic week. A little busy, but we made it, baby. It's the weekend. It's the motherfucking weekend. Okay, let me quit. Let's jump into this shit. Okay, so the last video we were talking about shadow boxing. The shadows. Hold on, excuse me. These are my shit right here. Shadows. Shadow boxing. Fighting your shadows, right? We got to quit that shit. And I was just thinking, right? You know, I think a lot. It's always something going on up here. You know, superheroes, most superheroes, you know, they come from shadows, trauma. You know, they got their powers from some type of traumatic experience. Something happened to them to transform them. The Hulk, the gamma rays, that's how he got juiced up. Spider-Man, he got bit by a damn spider. That's how he got juiced up. Bruce Wayne, Batman, you know, his parents were taken away from him at a young age. He had to avenge some shit, you know. I think Iron Man, Tony Stark, I think he was kidnapped or something like that by these crazy people, and they were forcing him to make some bad shit, and he ended up turning it around for the good and made the Iron Man suit. The Bionic Man, oh, I'm showing my age now. You know, he got into a real bad accident, I think, and they had to rebuild him, right? So these superheroes, they went through some type of trauma. Something happened in their life that caused them, right, to become a superhuman. I said, I don't know all the stories of the superheroes, right? But in order to get their cape, that metaphorical cape, you know, what we equate superheroes to, they had to go through something. Their shadows, right? You know, Peter Parker, he was you know, a little scared, a little timid, you know, before he got bit by that spider. You know, he was crushing on Mary Jane. That was baby. He ain't even know how to slide in them DMs. You feel what I'm saying? But once he got bit by that spider, you know, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he kind of turned into King Dingling. You feel what I'm saying? Even Superman, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't King Dingling until he put on that motherfucking cape. He was Clark Kent. Dry ass Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? Lois Lane, she wasn't really fucking with Clark Kent like that, but she was definitely digging Superman. You know something? I'm bringing that up to say, you know, all these superheroes and their superpowers, their super strength, it started off as something negative. It started off as, you know, a shadow. Something that they were possibly running from. Something that happened to them. Some type of trauma. That's how they got their cape. And you know, and after, you know what I'm saying, they worked through their issues. They understood, you know, hey, when Spider-Man, he got bit by the spider. You know, the trauma happened, right? He got bit by the spider. But he started noticing different things about himself. How powerful he was becoming after the trauma. right? You know, we as humans, these, you know, this body, this physical body, our physical being encapsulates our spiritual being, right? You know, we are spiritual beings down here having a human existence. You know, it's our spirit that causes us to be great. It's our spirit that causes us to be triumphant, to become greater, right? But sometimes the road is bumpy, y'all. The road is bumpy. The road is rough. But you know, when you work through all of your shit, when you dig through all of your shit, when you claw yourself out of the mud and the muck, that's where your greatness is. It's right on the other side. You know, flowers can't bloom without manure. Flowers can't bloom without the shit. That's why we can't be afraid of our shadows, y'all. Because that's the reason, that is the very reason right there as to why you are supposed to be great. I'm telling y'all, I don't know. But I'm telling you, it's because of your life experiences, whether they be positive or negative, right? Everything that you've experienced in this lifetime up until now, this very point, is just the fuel that you need to keep propelling you to move forward, to go forward, right? In the midst of your storms, you matter. You matter because of your storms, right? Nobody's perfect, baby. No one's perfect. Everyone has their shit. But we can use that shit and grow flowers, right? And, you know, I talk to a lot of people. I meet a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, and then for me personally, you know, just speaking from a personal experience, a lot of things that I've been through, or when I talk to people, a lot of things that they've been through, you know, there's shame behind it. And, you know, shame keeps us bound. You know, shame will have you thinking that you are unworthy because of what you've been through, right? We gotta flip it. Flip the switch. We gotta flip the switch on that. Because, you know, like I said, shame, it makes you cover yourself. Shame makes you hide yourself. Shame will have you putting out, dimming your own light because you are embarrassed, shameful of the things that you've been through, the things that you've done, right? We got to get rid of that shame. That's some shadow shit, okay? We can't operate in that because, again, all these superheroes, other people were able to benefit from the things that they went through in order to receive that cape, right? Other people benefited from the things that these superheroes went through, been through, experienced. But they had to go through some shit first. They had to. You know, if Peter Parker wouldn't have got bit by that spider, he wouldn't have become Spider-Man. You know, if the Hulk, you know what I'm saying, hadn't been exposed to the gamma rays, Bruce Banner, if he hadn't been exposed to the gamma rays, he wouldn't have been able to become the Hulk. You know? Batman, if his parents, you know, Bruce Wayne, if his parents hadn't been taken away from him at such an early age, and yeah, he had all the guap, so he had all types of help, but come on, let's stay with it here. You know, Bruce Wayne, if he hadn't have, you know, went through that at a young age, he wouldn't have become Batman, right? So we have to stop looking at our shadows as a negative thing. Don't fight it. Embrace it, because it's a part of you. And every part of you is perfect, right? And not perfect as in, you know, how we perceive perfect to be, like perfect in the aspect of being unblemished, but perfect in the aspect of being complete. You are complete. You are whole. Baby, you the total package, right? But you've got to know that for yourself. You've got to know that and understand it for yourself. They had to go through these things to get somewhere. You know, everything that you've been through, everything you experienced, it was, and it's some shitty shit that happens. But how can you turn that around? How can you use that as fuel to burn bright? That's what you got to ask yourself, you know? I have a lot of life experience, okay? A lot of life experience. I have a lot of that, you know? But I'm understanding as I get older that I just have to use it. I just have to use it. And I'm using it to fuel this fire that burns right here. Because I want to burn bright. I want to burn so motherfucking bright that I burn out. And when I burn out, it's time to go home. Right? So that's where we're going. That's where we have to go. That's the path right there. Like I said in a previous video, if you don't know anything else about what the fuck you're supposed to be doing on this earth, know that you're supposed to burn. And know that you're supposed to burn bright. Know that you're supposed to shine bright. Them superheroes shining like a motherfucker. Tony Stark, that's that dude. Everybody knew who Tony Stark was. And you know another thing about Tony Stark, you know, they knew that he was Iron Man. You know, a lot of the other superheroes, you know, they separated, you know, the Peter Parker from the Spider-Man, or the, you know, the Bruce Wayne from the Batman. But, you know, Tony Stark, nah, he was out there with his shit. He ain't give a damn. You know, and he was cocky with it. Like, I'm Tony Stark. I'm that guy. You know? Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different story. But it's still all the same. It's still all the same. Burn bright. Flowers grow when you put shit on top of them. And flowers also bloom where the rain falls. It's because of your storms you matter. I say that all the time. It's because of your storms you matter. So don't let your storms shame you. Don't let your storms embarrass you. Nope. We're not doing that, because you're wonderful. You are perfect. You are complete. The moment you were born, the divine gave you everything that you needed to succeed in this life. You already have everything that you need. You just have to figure it out. And that's what we're doing on this right here. These videos, we're figuring some shit out. That's it. One day at a time. 1 minute at a time. 1 hour at a time. Little by little. What they say, you don't eat an elephant in one bite. You know, you take it a bite at a time. Slow down and understand that about yourself. You're wonderful. You're perfect. You are complete, all right? Stop shadow boxing. Embrace it. Because it's a part of you. It's a part of who you are, all right? That's my time, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed, okay? Y'all have a great weekend. Go get your shit. Trying to catch that shit. And I will see y'all in the next video.